In this video, we're going to be doing the gaming test on the new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We are going to be doing the gaming test on the Galaxy A15 5G. This is kind of a little bit of a litmus test. We're going to check the graphics, see what default graphics each of these games puts this phone on. And we're going to see how this runs in general, just to show you guys who are the gamers out there that are thinking about picking up the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. And you guys want to do a little bit of gaming. Obviously, this isn't a gaming phone. This is a entry-level budget phone. And we're going to go from least graphic intensive to most graphic intensive. So we're going to start off with Call of Duty Mobile. We're going to go to PUBG Mobile and then Genshin Impact. Again, this is the base version of the Galaxy A15 5G. So this isn't like the 8GB of RAM version with 256. This is going to be the 4GB of RAM version, 128GB of internal storage, and of course the MediaTek Dimensity 6100 Plus chipset is inside of here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start off this gaming test. Alright y'all, so as far as our graphics go and these settings just before we start playing, as you guys can see, our graphic quality is going to be set to medium and our frame rate is going to be set to high by default. So those are the graphic settings that you guys can expect out of this device. We also downloaded the HD resource pack as well, so that is running on here as well. But the game looks decent so far, as you guys can see. Doesn't look too bad. I'm not expecting the world out of this phone either. It's $199. A lot of you guys are getting this phone for free as well. But the speaker is nice on this device. It's kind of easy to not block it, so if you guys don't have the biggest hands in the world, you shouldn't be blocking that phone. And also, this is kind of the way that you're supposed to hold it when you're playing this game anyway, so it's pretty comfortable so far. And the speakers sound pretty good. Again, not stereo speakers. This is going to be a mono speaker. But everything sounds pretty good, and this game is absolutely playable for sure, as you guys can see. We'll try our little kill streaks right here as well. Let's see how that looks. Triple kill. Awesome. Yeah, so Call of Duty Mobile, as I said guys, this game runs great. You're going to absolutely be able to play this competitively. I know there's a huge search and destroy community on Call of Duty Mobile, so this is definitely going to be playable for that as well. Definitely a big fan of that on mobile as well, so you guys should be good. Runs great. Alright guys, so the next game we have booting up right here is PUBG Mobile. This is a little bit more graphic demanding in my opinion. It seems like there's a lot more going on. Obviously you can drive vehicles, there's different terrain, there's different weather, different foliage and stuff like that. So I'm sure this is going to need a little bit more processing power, but we're going to see how this runs right now. Alright guys, so as far as the graphics that we are going to be set on here, as you guys can see, our graphics are going to be set to HD by default. Our frame rate is going to be set to high, so it's nice that we have those graphics on this device. And yeah, let's run around on this little server and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so we're getting ready to drop right now. We're going to see if there's any glitches or anything. Usually there is when you guys are dropping straight from the plane to the map, and then it starts to get a little bit better. So let's see how this goes. Let's all go to the quarry. Let's all go to the quarry. Alright everyone, so everything is loading in. The shadowing looks good. The textures obviously don't look the best in the world. That water doesn't look great. But everything seems to be running fine so far. We're not in combat yet. We're going to pick up some weapons and see how this goes in a second. But we're looking good. Looks pretty smooth so far. Got our helmet. I hear somebody. Here we go. Nice. Okay, cool. So first elimination right there. Didn't really put up much of a fight, but the recoil didn't really glitch this game out, so happy to see that. See if we can go find somebody else, though. Alright, y'all, so we're getting shot at right now. We're going to test out this sniper, see how this fares. Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Got a second elimination right there. So yeah, guys, this game plays well. You're going to be able to play this. You shouldn't have any issues. Obviously, we're on high graphical settings as well, so that's definitely a plus, especially on a $199 phone. Really didn't see many glitches or anything like that. You know, the textures don't look the prettiest in the world, but this game will run. Alright, y'all, as you guys know, we're going into Genshin Impact now, and surprisingly, playing this game for 15 minutes, or playing those couple of games for 15 minutes, Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG, this phone has not heated up whatsoever. It doesn't even feel a little bit warm, and that's probably in part by the chipset that's inside this device, because older devices that were, you know, lower specs, I would see them getting at least warm around 15-minute mark. So this is pretty impressive so far. Obviously, this isn't going to run Genshin Impact the greatest in the world. This is not one of those types of phones. I would say if you guys want to get a decent gaming device, start with a mid-range device, something like the Galaxy A54, maybe the Pixel 7a. So yeah, I believe we have this running at the lowest graphical setting. So it's going to be set at the lowest graphical render resolution by default, as you guys can see. But I do run this on 60 frames per second because it seems like it runs a little bit better even though it's overclocked. So we're going to be testing this out at 60 frames per second on the lowest graphical settings. So first and foremost, it's not going to look the greatest in the world. Even though this game does look pretty decent just because of the texture quality and stuff like that, it's still gonna look okay. I'm just impressed that this can even run and that this even downloaded on the Galaxy A15. I know the A14 had some major issues with this, and you guys are gonna have some hiccups and stuff like that, as you guys can see right there, with things loading in. But honestly, this looks okay so far. We're gonna try to get in a battle real quick, and we're gonna see how this phone fares getting in a battle. But running and stuff like that look pretty cool. It is going to be a little choppy, as I said before, and some of the textures are going to be a little bit grainy, as you guys can see, since we are on the lowest graphical settings right here. But let's see if we can't get into a fight and see how this goes. Alright, guys, so we found some enemies right here. Let's go ahead and hit bro with a let's see this, with a bow. Hit you with the bow. Let's get our other dude out. Nice. So that animation looked decent, actually. It's pretty impressive. I mean, we took all of them out. And there wasn't really any glitching.
I'll keep this close.
But you guys will definitely be seeing some glitching in this game. But for the most part, this game's gonna run. So that's honestly pretty impressive at this price point. Ooh. You guys may have some sound glitches as well that you just heard right now. So look out for that as well. Obviously not the greatest gaming device in the world, but it will play Genshin Impact. And at lowest graphical settings, I think this is actually quite playable. So pretty impressive stuff, Samsung. And I feel absolutely no heat on the back of this phone as well either. So that's another really decent sign. So obviously Samsung is making a few strides right here in terms of their chipset and stuff. And it seems like it's definitely more optimized for gaming and stuff like that. So pretty good job, Samsung. Not the greatest in the world, but it can run Genshin Impact. Alright guys, so that was gaming on the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. I thought it did a pretty good job considering all of those games are pretty high graphic intensive games right there. So pretty impressive stuff right here, Samsung. I definitely noticed a few improvements with the gaming right here. I think that Genshin Impact ran better on this year's A15 compared to last year's A14. And of course the display looks better. The speaker honestly sounds better as well. Sounds better than the A14, and I think some of you are going to be able to notice that. It's less tinny and it's actually more loud, so really nice to see that there. But of course we're using a 6nm chip instead of a 7nm chip, and this one's going to be 3 years newer than the last chipset that we had in the Galaxy A14. So pretty impressed with the performance so far. Obviously this isn't going to be the greatest gaming phone in the world or even a gaming phone in general. This is an entry-level budget phone that many people are going to be getting for free on no contract carriers and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I thought the Galaxy A15 5G fared pretty well. and the average video game player is going to be pleased with this. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. If you guys have any questions, of course, leave them down below, and also leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this later on. Again, this has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.